All right, welcome back to the Find Your 20 Coaching Insight Show. I'm your host, Mark Sieberkrop, and if you're a business owner who's looking to have more focus, more profits, and more time, you've come to the right place, because this is the show where I share the top insights from recent coaching sessions that I've had with my clients to help you throw out the 80% that's holding you back so you can build a business that you actually love owning and a lifestyle that you're excited about. That's right. If your business was these 5 copies of my book, Find Your 20, we wouldn't throw them out, but we would mail out 4 of them to those of you who have requested a free copy at findyour20.com/grab your copy. We would mail out 4 of them, and we would focus on the one that is most important. And each week I'm going to share those top insights with you. And before we get into it, today's featured resource is something that I got to tell you, I am really, really excited about. It's a brand new free Facebook group that I am creating, that I'm starting, that is focused solely and completely on at-home entrepreneurs. That's right. Entrepreneurs like me, like you maybe, who are working in the same place that they live. There's specific challenges, there's specific things that you have to deal with when right through that door is your family, is your kids, is your spouse, is the TV and the fridge and all of those extra things that you have. There's specific things, and there's specific things that you have to focus on. And that's why I'm creating a brand new Facebook group called Focus, Profits, and Time for at-home entrepreneurs. It's going to be absolutely free. We're going to be sharing resources and tips and strategies. I'll be going live, sharing exclusive content in there. As a matter of fact, when you join, there's an exclusive training that you'll get that was only available to people that attended the Find Your 20 retreat. So if you want to join that group, if you want to be a founding member of that group, you can request your free invite now at findyour20.com/group invite. All one word, findyour20.com/group invite. We're not opening it until August 10th. That is the grand opening of the Focus, Profits, and Time for at-home entrepreneurs Facebook group. But you can request your invite now. You can submit, you can join now, and then we will let you in on August 10th. But get in now so that you can become a founding member. I don't know if you've been in a Facebook group, but the first people in a group get a tag next to their name. They get a badge that says founding member. So if you want to be a founding member, I'm going to be doing some live streams that week as well to get to know you, to share what the group is about. So if you want to do that, I would encourage you today to go to findyour20.com/group invite. Get your free invite to the group and join us in there. We're going to be creating the most engaged, most active Facebook group in the world for at-home entrepreneurs. And I'm super, super excited about it. It's going to be really exciting. And you are the first ones to hear about it. So findyour20.com/group invite to get your free invite to that group. And as always, you can see all of my recommended resources at findyour20.com/my best resources. All right, so now that we got through that, let's jump into this week's tips. I got 4 tips for you this week. The first one is, I want you to start sharing your message now. Who knows what will happen if you do? A lot of times I find that we're scared, or we just don't know how to, and we don't start sharing our message. And because of that, we're missing out on opportunities to talk to our target market, to talk to our potential clients. And I want to share an experience that I had with a client this week where this exact thing happened. I was talking with this client about her messaging, and she's like, I just want to get clear on my messaging. I said, hey, one of the best ways to get clear on your messaging is to just talk about it. And so we talked through some things, and I challenged her to go live for 30 days. Just get on Facebook, go live, share her messaging, and see what happens. See how it resonates, see how people respond. That was really the only goal of it, was just to get used to talking about her business, talking about what she does and who she does it for and the result that she gets for them. But you know what the interesting thing was? The very first day, the very first live, she had somebody comment and say, can you come speak to my group? can you come and share your message with my group of people? And it wouldn't have happened if she hadn't gone live, if she hadn't shared her message. So I want to encourage you, find ways to start sharing your message. Find ways every single day to talk to your target market, whether that's a Facebook Live, whether that's a post on Facebook, on LinkedIn, whether it's a video on TikTok, whether it's a video on YouTube, whether it's interacting at a networking event locally, whether it's speaking to a chamber group, whatever it is, find a way every single day to talk to your market and share your message. It's amazing what will happen. Just by sharing it, you will get more people that are interested and want to learn more about what you do. And as a side benefit, you will get more crystal clear on how your messaging is supposed to be, what it sounds like, what it actually is as you share it. I can tell you one of the greatest benefits of this podcast for me is the ability to share my message every week, to be able to talk about it. And the more I talk about it, the clearer it gets, the easier it is to articulate, and that leads to better opportunities to talk to people. So start sharing your message now. You never know what will happen. Number two, the second thing I want to talk about this week, I was talking with a client and we were talking about a program, a different client. We were talking about a program that she's creating, and she said, well, it's a group program. It's a mastermind. You know, there's some courses involved. So it's an online course. She said, well, there's also some individual coaching. There's going to be this, and there's all of these aspects to it. And I stopped her and I said, what is the main part of it? And she said, well, it's probably the group coaching. I said, okay, then present it as a group coaching program that has all of these other benefits. Sometimes we get so caught up in sharing all of the bells and the whistles and the things that our program does that we make it confusing for our audience. So when you're presenting your offer, have the foundational piece. Have the foundation, identify, is it a group coaching program? Is it a one-on-one coaching program? Is it a course? Is it a community? Whatever it is, present that as the main thing. And then you can share all of the other ancillary benefits, all the other ancillary things that go along with it. But be clear about what it is so that it's easy for your audience to understand what exactly they are getting. For example, my focus, profits, and time for at-home entrepreneurs group that I'm starting, it is a community. That's what it is. Now, will there be training in there? Yes, there will be. Will there be live streams in there? Yes, there will be. Will there be opportunities for coaching and group coaching and those types of things? Absolutely. But it's a community. Because if I told you it's a community and it has training and there's resources and there's all of these things all at once, it would be hard for you to grasp what it was and to understand whether it was right for you. But if I say it is a community of at-home entrepreneurs who are looking to have more focus, more profits, and more time, it's easy for you to say, yes, that's absolutely for me. I'm going to go to findyour20.com/group invite, and I'm going to sign up today to get my invite. Or you might say, nope, that's not for me. That's not who I am. I'm not an at-home entrepreneur. I'm not interested in that. Totally cool. No problem. And that is the key. That is the reason that you need to be really, really clear about what you're building your program around, because it helps your audience to identify whether it's for them or whether it's not. It takes away that confusion. You know, we talked back in a previous episode. Shoot, I probably should have looked that up and seen which episode that was. Let me look and see if I can find it real quick. I'll pause the recording and then I'll come back. Okay, I looked it up. We talked about it in episode 3 of the podcast. We talked about ambiguity and how ambiguity in your messaging reduces the likelihood that somebody's going to buy or engage with whatever it is you're offering them. So it's the same thing here. Be very crystal clear about what your program is. If it's a group program, it's a group program. If it's a community, it's a community. If it's a course, it's a course. And then you can share all of the other things as an ancillary benefit to it, but have the core foundation be crystal clear. All right, the next tip I want to share with you. I was talking to another client this week, and we were talking about how she was generating leads. And I've been working with her for a few months now, and she's kind of struggled. She's been struggling with being consistent in generating leads, in doing the things that she needs to do to generate those leads. And she came back today, and she'd been on holiday for a while, on vacation, holiday. I have some clients that are European, so I always say a holiday now. She came back from vacation, and she said to me, she said, I think I want to start doing more podcasts. I want to do more summits. I want to do more in-person speaking events. I just really like speaking. And as we were talking about it, I could tell that there was a light, a lightness when she talked about speaking. And I said, I believe that's the way you're going to generate leads. I said, I feel like you've taken a few months and you felt like, oh, you should do this, you should do that. You need to do this to generate leads, when in reality, speaking is your thing. You love speaking. You love interacting with people. I said, so let's focus on that. And the thing I want to share with you is, when it comes to lead generation, when it comes to sales, when it comes to presenting products and fulfilling products, do what works for you. Understand when you're in flow, understand what is easy for you, and do that. Don't try to do something that doesn't fit your personality just because everybody says you should. If you're not a writer, if you don't like writing, don't write super long Facebook posts. It's going to take you forever. Don't write super long emails. Maybe you do video for your emails, and it's a short email that says, hey, I recorded a new video for you. Here it is. Click here. And that's all it is. Focus on your strengths. And when you focus on your strengths, you'll get farther. There's tons of books, tons of studies that talk about how we need to focus more on our strengths and quit trying to improve our weaknesses. Now, certainly there's things that you and I need to be able to do that aren't necessarily our strengths. But when it comes to lead generation, when it comes to sales, when it comes to building your business, focusing on your strengths is one of the best things you can do, because if you don't like doing it, you're not going to do it. This client, that was one of the things. She had made commitment after commitment after commitment to do certain things, and she kept not doing it. Why? Because it wasn't her. It wasn't in flow with her. It wasn't what she liked doing. And so because of that, it was very, very hard for her to do it. So do what fits your personality when it comes to lead generation, when it comes to sales, when it comes to creating products, when it comes to fulfilling products, when it comes to designing your business, do what fits for you. There is somebody that has been successful doing business using your exact strengths. Find what they're doing and imitate that. Frame or base your business on how they're doing business. Don't just do what everybody tells you to, because if it's not your personality, if it's not what puts you in flow, it's going to be really hard to continue doing. All right, the final one, and I wanted to share this one last because this one got me fired up. I was talking to actually a potential client, and her and I were talking, and at the end of the call, I said to her, we'd booked an hour call, and we'd talk through, where she wanted to be and what her goals were, and, what she saw as the biggest challenges to that, all of these things that I go through when I visit with a potential client. And then we started doing some coaching, because I really want potential clients to experience what coaching with me is like. And so we go into some coaching, and I share some ideas, and I ask some more questions, and I give some feedback. And one of the things I said to this potential client is, I said, why are you in business? Because we had gone through, what happens if what does your life look like if you hit your goals in a year? So she shared that, and I said, what does your life look like if you don't? And it was interesting, because most times people are like, oh, it'd be devastating, everything. And she was just like, well, I'd probably go back to having a job, and I could still do some of these things, and I could have an impact. It'd just be in a different way. And so the question that came to my mind was, so why are you in business? If it wouldn't be that big of a deal if you change, and it wasn't that big of a deal. She did feel like it would be a big deal, but I said, why are you in business? Why did you start your business? And what she said really stuck out to me. She said, I think my message really matters. And then she said some more things. And then I said, okay, I want to stop you right there. I said, you said, I think my message really matters. She's like, yeah. I go, will you write that down for me? And so she wrote it down on the piece of paper. And I said, do you see the hesitancy there? And she looked at it for a second. She smiled, and she said, yeah, it's the word I think, or the word think. I said, absolutely. I said, can you draw a line through that entire thing? So she drew a line through the whole thing. And I said, right below it, I want you to write, my message matters, ! So she wrote it down, and she looked at it, and she kind of started nodding. She's like, yeah. And the thing that I wanted to share with you this isn't even a strategy. It's a mindset thing, but I believe that unless you can say my message matters, what I'm doing matters. No, I think, no, it kind of does. No, it might matter. It could matter for some people. My message matters. Until you can say that, you're not going to have the motivation to do what you need to do. I shared with her a story that Eric Thomas, E.T. the hip hop preacher, shared that went viral. It was one of the, I think it's the first video that he ever shared. And he tells this story about this millionaire who this guy comes to him and says, I want to be successful. And the guy says, okay, meet me at the beach tomorrow morning. So the guy shows up, he's in a suit. And the guy says, all right, let's walk out into the water. And the guy's like, I'm in a suit, what the heck? You know, and they walk out, they're waist deep. And he goes, come on, a little bit farther. And they get up there, chest deep, a little bit farther, it gets up neck deep, and a little bit farther. So it's like right up to his mouth, you know, right up to his chin. And this millionaire grabs him and shoves his head underwater. And the guy's like thrashing and throwing his arms and fighting and trying to get up because he can't breathe, right? He's like fighting. And finally the guy lets him back up. And the millionaire says, when you were underwater, what was the most important thing to you? It's like, I want to breathe. That's all that mattered to me. Like all I needed was, I needed to get air again. And the guy says to him, he says, when you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, you will be successful. Now, I don't believe that you need to shove your head underwater. I don't think you need to go crazy. We're all about lifestyle and creating a lifestyle that you're excited about. So this isn't about not sleeping for days and getting up at 2 a.m., but it is about being committed. It is about 100% knowing that your message matters. It is about being confident in what you do, the result that you get. You have to be confident. You have to be completely sure that your message matters. If there is a think in the phrase when you say it, I think my message matters, I challenge you to spend some time to identify and be confident in the fact that your message matters. You might do that by looking at the way you've helped past people. You might do that by looking at the results that you've got for yourself. You might do that by imagining the results that you're going to get for people, but understand that your message matters. Understand that it is vital that you share what you're doing with somebody in the world. Probably lots of somebodies. And here's the thing, you don't need 1 million people to have a great business. You need like 100, 50 or 100, maybe even less. It depends on your price point, what you're doing, all that kind of stuff. But there are people that need what you have. There are people that need your message. There are people that are going to resonate with your message, which goes back to what we talked about in tip number 1, which is start sharing your message. Get out there and share it every single day. Because if you don't know that your message matters, it's going to be hard to convince others that your message matters. So as a recap, today we talked about start sharing your message. Who knows what will happen when you do? We talked about what is your foundation, building your program, your offering, your service around a single piece so it's easy to understand. We talked about doing what fits your personality so that you're in flow, not fighting against your flow. And we talked about the importance of knowing that your message matters, getting rid of the hesitancy of, I think it might, maybe for some people, and knowing that your message matters. Now, if any of those things resonated with you, I encourage you to apply them immediately. Find a way to apply them in your business right away. And I want to tell you, thank you. Thank you for listening to this podcast. This is one of the ways that I get to share my message. And I want to encourage you, if you haven't yet, grab your free copy of my book, Find Your 20. All you have to do is cover the shipping, the handling, the processing, and I'll get it to you. It's, you'll pay less for the shipping and handling than you would pay for the book on Amazon, even if you have Amazon Prime and you get free shipping. We all know it's not free shipping. I pay, $170 a year for free shipping. But I said at the beginning that we were going to send these out. I have not sent them out. I've got 4 right here. I got a few left beyond that before I have to order some more. So if you want your free copy, go to findyour20.com/grab your copy. You can see everything you get with the book, all of the bonuses, what you'll learn in the book, everything else. And I would love to send you that copy. And secondly, if you found it interesting, if you're an at-home entrepreneur I would love for you to request your free invite to the Focus, Profits, and Time for At-Home Entrepreneurs free Facebook group. Like I said, it's opening August 10th, but get your name in now so you can be a founding member. It's going to be the most active, the most engaged free community in the world for at-home entrepreneurs that work where they live and live where they work and have the unique challenges that come from running a business where you are at home, where you have maybe a team that's remote, all of those types of things, the challenges with focus that come with that, the focus on the challenges with generating profits, the challenges with creating time. That's a really hard thing to do when you're working at home sometimes, because it's so easy to just grab the computer real quick and start doing something or answer a quick email because you're always at work, because work is at home. So if that is interesting to you, if you're an at-home entrepreneur, please, I would love to have you join the Focus, Profits, and Time for At-Home Entrepreneurs free Facebook group. Get your free invite at findyour20.com/group invite. And finally, if you have a podcast or a show, or if you know someone who has a podcast or a show that you think I'd be a good fit for, I would love to do an interview. I'd love to share the principles from Find Your 20 with your audience, with your friend's audience, with somebody you know. So if you have someone, please reach out to mark@findyour20.com. Would love to hear about it. Would love to coordinate to do an interview. Happy to do those interviews. Love talking with people and sharing the message of Find Your 20 to help business owners to create a business that they love owning and a lifestyle that they're excited about. And as always, please leave a rating and review for the podcast on your preferred podcast app. It really helps other business owners to find the podcast, to be able to utilize the resources and the ideas and the strategies that we talk about every week. And until next time, get out there and chase your 20.